Good morning. My name is Nicole Guertin. I'm the director at Cultural Crossroads 101 Experience. Thank you for being here this morning or whenever you're watching this video and see what 101 Experience can do to help you in your product. So first of all, I'd just like to recognize we are on the lands of the Ojibwe, Cree, and Algonquin of Northeastern Ontario. Very important for us to do things in a good way. And we value that the land that you're cultivating has been preserved for thousands of years by the First Nation of Northeastern Ontario. So this project has two big objectives. One, to develop 101 experience and more, and to create more welcoming communities. So let's see how the Great Powassan Farmstand Tour can be part of this and how we can help you meet your own objectives. So this project started about a year ago, where we applied for funding. We're not incorporated, so we're working under the Centre Culturel Artienne. There's a board of directors from Northeastern Ontario Consortium. So there's no fees for participants because of the funds we were able to access from FedNor and OHSC Ministry of Tourism and other partners like Desjardins. So in North Bay, we have our friendly Abby Cook. She's our local witch. She has an online experience on witches and beers. So that's the photo I took of Abby. So she will be able to be working with you. She's already working with Matt. And I'll be also supporting her as a role. So our first project was really from Temagami to Hearst. And now we've been able to include North Bay. We'll change that map and put Powassan on it also. We can stretch a little bit south. I'm very excited about what you are doing and really want to have the opportunity to work with your group. So what we're trying to address, well, in Northern Ontario, the population is aging, declining. There's lots of racism. So we feel by doing experiences, it's an opportunity for people to connect. Lots of people moving in our areas, but often it's not that easy to find who they can, where they can add value. And we need new tourism products. With the pandemic, clients are looking to do things differently. I don't need to convince you. You've seen it with the interest of your farm tour last year. So I think you have a perfect product there to become an experience. So there's really three pillars to an experience. One, you need to have expertise or passion. Well, you're all farmers, you all have an expertise, but you might have other passion also that you might want to connect on your experience. So an experience is having insider access. So for you, is for people to connect, to have access to your farm that usually they would just be at the stand unless they make their way inside at the farm and have that connection, connecting with a farmer, really having a rich experience of when they're leaving, they feel they belong. They have made a new friend. So how can developing an experience help Farmstand Tour? Well, it's a great opportunity to promote your farm and tour at no cost. Also, probably people are going to the stand and going in and asking questions. So this is an opportunity for them to come at a specific time, at a specific price that you have determined. So it helps increase your revenues. But I think probably the biggest one will be the visibility as a group. And you can decide how often you want to host this experience. What would be nice if we would have enough people interested and that on the days that you promote the farm tour, there could be at least one experience available somewhere. And you're part of a bigger group. So right now we have about 50 people. We had much more than that started. but experience are not for everyone. So we have lost participants along the way. The difference with you is that you're all already entrepreneurs. You're already doing things. Like, I mean, we are working with people that have never done anything like a business or a project. So it's a little bit harder to get them to develop an experience. But for you, you have already, most of you, done this in the past. But it's interesting to be working with others across northeastern Ontario. So why this is a good time? Well, the pandemic has shifted travel patterns. You saw it last year. We have a huge opportunity in Northern Ontario. What we'll be doing, if you checked our website right now, we have online experiences available, and they're all mixed up because we had our first 28 experience come out. But we will be dividing them into region and also categories. So, and these regions are going to be with the public health unit territory. So that way, if a region is green and it's available for tours, then people will know what's available in those areas. People are looking to connect with nature, live meaningful experiences, and as a farmer, you can offer that. And right now we have the support because of this funding to be able to support you developing your experience, maybe some writing, promotion, just a lot. We have a team of five full-time people right now and 5 part-time. So these are the steps to develop an experience. I know it seems maybe very complicated, but we know it's not that easy on your own, because before I started in 2020, last year, or at the end of 2019, there was only 6 tourism experience on Airbnb for all of Northern Ontario. And you see now we've got 29 experience online that we've been able to develop. So definitely having the support makes a big difference. So first we find Pasha Scout. So for you, it's Matt and Kathy, and you're already organized as a group, so it makes it so much easier. So we recruit participants, so you'd be the participants. So you are taking in this virtual information session, and then we'll meet. If you think this might be a good fit for you, then we'll meet in person on Zoom, but as a group, and see what type of experience you could develop. Then we give you training, you start developing your experience. We do a passion fair, it's like a speed dating that we get you to pitch. We have, if you need a mentorship program and some other programs to help bring tourists to you, but you already have your clients coming in. I think we can just grow that and give them a longer experience to be in your area. So Airbnb, I don't know if many of you have gone on the experience side. So they've developed that in 2017. So just before the pandemic, there was 45,000 experience on Airbnb. Each of them are reviewed. So we've really used their questions, what we're building on them. We're encouraging people to be on Airbnb, especially if they don't have insurance. I think most of you, as being farmers, you have a liability insurance, so it shouldn't be a problem. So you wouldn't have to go on Airbnb if you don't want to, because they take 20% commission. While on, you can promote on 101 experience at no cost. So these are the different categories. So maybe you have another passion. You might be a bird watcher. You might be an artist. You might like cooking. So there might be things you might want to develop an experience around your farming, but adding something else to it. So art, culture, and history. So you might be a painter, so people get to go paint your garden. This is Lynn. She's our Indigenous intern, knowledge keeper. We're really trying to develop experience with the Indigenous community. It's been a bit of a challenge because they've had so much racism against them. It's hard when you're developing an experience, you are on that top self-actualization of the Maslow pyramid. So we are encouraging, if you have contacts with First Nation, that maybe it could be, you could be co-hosting, and that might be Indigenous aspect to your experience. Well, definitely food and drink. It can be to using your garden for canning. It could be baking. It could be a picnic at the farm. An experience can be really anything that you are passionate about. I invite you to go to Airbnb and look at some of the examples so you can do some R&D, research and duplicate, but don't duplicate completely, don't copy all the same words, but you can see experience around animals is a really big thing. That it'd be yoga or just snuggle. When you're looking at Airbnb, look at those brackets beside the stars. So that's how many testimonials. So it will give you a good idea what's a good price point and the number of the length of the experience and what people are writing about. So sports could be just milking cow. That's, I imagine, quite a sport. I've never done it, and I would like to see that experience. I know you have a biking event. Well, maybe some of those bikers, they might want to do maybe once a week a biking event that they bring people on to different farms. So we're trying to do more than a one-off thing. For nature and outdoors, these are some of our, not the bee, but some of the experiences. Joanne and Helen Ann, they're some of our first group that are developing experiences. So they are online until the end of May. There's a free options for you to go take a tour. So I would invite you to go try one out and ask questions to the host to see how it is for them. So what we suggest is usually we had a 5-week program that people would go watch videos for about an hour and a half and then could come together as a group for an hour and a half. I think it could be a bit shorter for your group. So the next step would be really to come together. So you discuss your ideas of what your experience could be and see how, if you do need that extra week to discuss more on your idea. And if you're ready from there, well, we could organize a passion fair. And the passion fair has been very key for people to pitch their ideas to others and see their comments and their interests and add or change some things from that feedback. And then afterwards, after the passion fair, you will tweak your experience, and then we help you upload it on 101 Experience. If you're like myself and not a good writer, well, we have Abby can help. She's very good at it, and we just help you through the process. Oops, I guess I had mixed the passion fair, but anyways, for the passion fair, we use Zoom and then we go in subgroups. So you pitch to 3 people, then for 5 minutes, they give you feedback. Then we do that for another 5 minutes. And yeah, so you pitch about 4 or 5 times within an hour and a half. So for the marketing, so this is the 101 Experience, how you'll be able to see all the experience. And then when it comes to yours, then you will have a description. And then below you have a profile on who you are. So what we could do for your group is that we could have a standard paragraph that could be added to all of the bios about the farm tour, and the link maybe to Facebook. So I think that would be a good way to promote the group as an entity. So the next step would be to confirm you're present at the Q&A. Well, it'll be more than question and answers. We will also go through, you can share what you think your experience could be and get feedback from your colleagues. And then we could see who wants to develop an experience, find a date to meet, and just start developing it and having fun. So with this, I think it would be possible to have it launched for the summer once we get into stop confinement. But it's also a possibility to do an online experience in case we do need to be confined longer. So I think our group, the participants are really finding value from sharing their experience online, even if that might not be the greatest thing, but it's a way to promote free of charge. So Miigwech, thank you, merci, and looking forward to meeting you at the Q&A with Abby and the rest of the group. Have a great day.